and I don't know, that doesn't help anything for nerves. But anyway, I dressed up for you guys. Now I know why people go to church. It's really fun to put on your Sunday best. Just kidding. Thank you for letting me tell that joke. Okay. It's probably the only place I can tell it, and I'm so grateful. So I lived amongst the Ojibwe for over 20 years in a reservation in northern Wisconsin. And something that makes them magic is that they have this thing called Manoomin, which is magic food that grows on water. And it was gifted to them from the spirits. And they ended up traveling a long ways to settle in the area where Manoomin is growing. So what they do normally is they dress up like they are visiting a relative or someone who has passed. And bright colors and, dresses and dressing up in their finest. And so they go out and they harvest. And you go in a canoe and you use knockers and you knock the rice into the canoe. And then you parch it by the fire and you winnow it. And when done right, if you hold up that Manoomin, it's like glass and you can see through it like emerald green. It's beautiful and it imparts a nutty flavor. It's like no other rice in the world. So it's amazing. But if you go into the store, this one is, if you go into the store and you see wild rice, it's not the same. It's black, and the Ojibwe would call it dead rice because it's not moving water. And we all know that water, when sitting and not moving, becomes a cesspool, becomes stagnant. And if you drink it, you can be diseased. So wild rice so it grows in rivers and lakes where the water runs through it. And that's what makes it so magical, because it's full of life. So this poem is not about rice. But I need to let you know where I'm coming from, where my inspiration is. So if you would like to see it more, I have a blog, and you look up The Art of Robyn Bradford. Watery child. Salty waves curling up to lick the sun. Fractured glaciers basking in cool mint green. Frosty threats in their promise to become undone. Nature's spring gurgling forth her ancient minerals combusts to surface. Transparent teal with a hint of algae green. Frosty threats in their promise to become undone. Nature's spring gurgling forth her ancient minerals combusts to surface. Transparent teal with a hint of algae green, emitting spells from deep within her well. Shades of jade, power of all that lays hidden, washed me ashore, stranded on the sand, shuddering in slight. I measure my distance to the center of all things in aquamarine. My soul gasp, breaths spitting water, exhaling mist, spraying green-blue hues. She pulls me under once more. I gaze up at the mirrored images of rippled reflections, fractal glimpses of her watery mind. Ah, when I think of you, whispered shock of a cloud, evaporated by the sun's love. You ride the wind. Back to the water, sucked in by her depths. You giggle and splash. Child of the water, Pray my spirit relax. She cradles me in her restless, concentric lap. Resounding depth, born of water that I have become this day when I think of you. Lady spirit of the water, your glittering azure gown I slowly unwrap. Unfetter your fear, for this day I have become all shades of the color blue.